I'm Steve Weldon, and boy, do I love adventure. Whether it's a good long hike, climbing a big old rock, or checking out that secret swimming hole, I'm raring to go. Join me as we hike from the crest of the Rockies to the beautiful Pacific Coast, right here on Walking West. Hi, I'm Steve Weldon. Welcome to Walking West. And where are we today? We're at beautiful Joshua Tree National Park in Southern California. Now we're going to walk this park that's very diverse. It's nearly 800,000 acres, and we've got an all-star guide to take us along the way. As a matter of fact, he won an award from the Secretary of Interior just a few years ago for customer service. Our very own, our guide today, Ranger Dave Larson. How you doing, Dave?
Hi, Steve. Welcome to Joshua Tree. We're happy that you're here.
Well, I'm happy to be here. And first off, tell us a little bit about the Joshua Tree. How did it get its name?
There's a story about Mormons coming west, and when they saw the first Joshua trees, the outstretched arms and branches of the tree reminded them of the biblical prophet Joshua, with his arms raised in supplication or prayer.
To the heavens.
That's right.
There you go. And so that's the name. Sometime in the mid-1850s, it stuck from the Mormons.
The tree had other names. Early settlers called it a yucca palm.
Okay.
The indigenous people had a word for it. They called it humwichewah, but that name Joshua, it really stuck.
I'll be darned. And in John Fremont, around, I think it was 1844, didn't he say that that's the ugliest tree he had ever seen?
He's got that famous quote about the Joshua tree being the most repulsive tree in the vegetable kingdom. That's right.
Well, I think it's a beautiful tree, especially when it's in bloom.
I do as well.
No doubt about that. Well, who were the first early inhabitants of this area?
Well, you know that the area around Joshua Tree National Park is the ancestral homelands to the Chemehuevi, Serrano, Cahuilla, and Mojave peoples. And one thing that's important to understand is that these indigenous peoples are still connected to this landscape. They're still here. They still hold this landscape to be sacred, and Joshua Tree National Park is very proud to maintain a good working relationship with the tribes of this region.
There's just so much here at the park. There's bouldering and there's rock climbing. I think it's unparalleled worldwide.
You know what? One of the most fascinating things about Joshua Tree National Park is the way it's used by people today. You've got people coming here for rock climbing, for birding, for camping, for hiking, and just enjoying the scenery that is Joshua Tree National Park, a very unique landscape.
Our first stop along the way was a rare sight and an important find in the desert, the Oasis of Mara. Can you give us a little history about this oasis and what it means to this area?
Absolutely, Steve. So the Oasis of Mara is an honest-to-goodness real oasis where water has trickled out of the ground for centuries. It was an important place to the indigenous people, and over time, this place has remained a very important place. It provides relief from the scorching heat of the desert. It's an oasis that animals use and people as well. Steve, how about we go to Split Rock?
I'm in. Well, this park has a lot of amazing rock features, and we've got a great one right here, Split Rock. I've seen all these different ways that people recreate here at Joshua Tree Park and at Split Rock and to bouldering at Jumbo Rocks and Skull Rock. What else do they do around here?
Well, you know, right now here at Split Rock, this is one of the more popular areas in the park. This is a great place to do a short hike. Split Rock Trail is just under 2.5 miles. Okay. It takes you through these amazing sculpted granite rock formations, some nice flora, some nice view sheds. So this is a great place to come and hike. And there's also a little bit of rock climbing and bouldering here as well. You can see some flowers, you can see some birds. It's terrific out here.
You name it, it's out here. And just another great feature in this Split Rock. How many years ago do you think that was formed?
The granite rock formations in this area were formed about 90 million years ago.
Okay, I was just a kid.
That's right.
From boulders to petroglyphs, there's a lot to enjoy at Split Rock. Here at Split Rock, I've noticed you've got a lot of these boulders that are open, and you've got a natural shelter here. And I thought to myself, well, what about 100, 150 years ago? This must have been a great shelter for people that were headed west or heading through what is now Joshua Tree. What a great place to camp and spend the night.
You bet, Steve. A rock shelter like this would have been used by indigenous people for shelter many years ago. But unfortunately today, sometimes we find trash or graffiti in a shelter like this.
And you know what? People, that's so avoidable if people will stop and think, and it all starts with the parents. The parents need to talk to their kids and say, let's leave it cleaner than we found it. Let's not write on things like this. Let's not deface God's creation. This is a beautiful place, and we need to keep it exactly that way.